Hey, I'm Pete Wentz from Fall Out Boy, and I'm going to answer your questions only on Kerrang.com. First thing I would do if I became president. See, I'm the kind of person who would grant free ice cream to everybody, so the first thing I would do if I became president would be to step down from office and let the vice president or somebody who actually knew what they were doing.
Who would be your VP?
I guess Patrick Stump, maybe.
Right.
Let him run the country. Because I'm a man of my word, and I said that I would do it. I was pretty nervous when I did it, whatever. But that's usually how I do things. I'm kind of like a black-white kind of person, and let's just fucking cut it off. The thing has to go. It made national news. It was the stupidest thing ever.
Did you tip Mark Hoppus, your hairdresser?
I did not tip him. I would have, though, because he did do it in a speedy fashion, but he left me to clean up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, everybody would probably say Darth Vader. That's like the go-to answer, But I don't see Darth Vader as necessarily the bad guy. I think that there's an alternate version where he's, I've said this before, he's like the emancipator of the galaxy, whatever. But, and Luke's kind of just like a pussy because he did not go along with what his father said. But I've said that all already before, so, I'd probably be, this is only gonna resonate probably in the U.S., I'd probably be, Johnny from Cobra Kai. He was like the bad guy. He was the bad guy in Karate Kid. He was the bad guy in, I think he was the bad guy in She's Not That Into You. He's also, I think, semi-bad guy in one of the National Lampoons. They go to Europe, whatever.
Have you ever swept a leg?
I've never swept a leg. I've talked to him on AOL Instant Messenger before, though.
Yeah.
And it was when I was really young, and me and my friends were into we somehow got his screen name, and it was not. We were playing jokes that were not nice. Okay, there's this. Okay, I'm gonna answer this question, but first, before I do, I'm gonna say there's this amazing YouTube where they are. I think it's in Japan, and there's these preschoolers, or I think that's about the age they are, and there's the teacher, it's like a spoof, it's like a Japanese TV show or whatever, but they're teaching them how to defend themselves against, I think it's zombies, and it's to put down wet Kleenex, and there's one other thing, and at the end of the thing, the teacher leaves, and a zombie walks in, and they throw down Kleenex like crazy, and they're doing karate kicks on the, it's really sweet. It's really funny too. How would I defend myself against a zombie? I'm kind of a bit of a wuss, so I'd probably have my security do something to him. But then, if my security turns into a zombie, I don't know. I feel what is it? You gotta shoot him in the head, right?
Apparently. Yeah,
I mean, I feel me with a gun is just like that. It's I'm for sure shot in the foot before I shoot anybody in the head.
Yeah.
So, that's what I would attempt, though. My first ever crush was on Chitara from the Thundercats. I thought she was a fucking babe.
Yeah.
And then, honestly, I married my celebrity crush, so it's kind of weird.
Right. Would you have married Chitara? Had the opportunity arose?
If I could have caught her, man. That chick was fast, though, dude. No outrageous demands, but there were so many weird stories from working with them, for real. The one scene where she's tugging on my pants, and then she just kisses my butt or whatever. That was not planned.
Right.
And then there was There's just weird things with like in between takes, they'd like put their arms around you or whatever, and like the trainers would be like, you know, you're not supposed to. Like they gave us a whole session. They were like, we only work with them until they're 11, you know. And I was like, oh, we only work with them until they're 11. Like that means they must, you know. It's like a dog. If it dies when it's like 16, you know, or 15, you know, so you can't work with an old chimp. And they were like, no, they live until they're like 50 or 60. And I was like, well, why did you only work with them until they're 11? It was like 11 or 12. They become like the dominant one in the relationship, and they'll like take people up into trees because they have twice the strength of their size.
Right.
And he said he was working with one, and like the guy had half a finger. It was pretty crazy. I don't really like. Man, haven't you guys listened to the lyrics? I don't really like anything. You know, I'm a pessimistic person. I mean...
What's most fun to play live? Which song?
What's the most fun to play live?
Yeah.
I think Saturday's a lot of fun to play live because it's kind of like... In that song, you're just kind of like, anything's going to happen here. There's one time on tour we have it, on the last tour, where I took the mic cord and for some reason I went from one side of the stage to the other side of the stage, but in a really awkward way. So then I jump off the stage and you see like each like microphone and instrument like pulled off the stage like at a time. And it just was like, it looks really funny on camera. I don't think anyone was too happy with me that day though.